So yeah, a lot has happened in my life, guys. I just wanted to do a quick recap as I walked right by my house. About who I married, how I became a father, and kind of a nice connection between all my life strivings, you know, ever since I became aware of Baha'u'llah. Even though I was born a Baha'i, I never really appreciated Baha'u'llah or his message until I was 16, 17 in 2008. I had a spiritual experience where I felt the hand of God guiding me, showing me things and inspiring my heart in ways that I didn't understand was possible, which led me to read the gleanings of the writings of Baha'u'llah and the Some Answered Questions by Abdul Baha, and to really dive deep into the message of Baha'u'llah and the potency of the divine word. Led me to want to teach the faith, to rise and serve the cause of Baha'u'llah, cause of God, the cause of unity and universal peace and justice for all humanity, and the bringing together of all the peoples of the world under one common faith is what happened next. And I went to San Mateo to serve there for a year, which then led me to go to community college and College of San Mateo for about close to 4 years. And then working my way to UC Davis, California. At that time is when I started this channel, like towards the latter parts of 2014, when I came back to Modesto, where my mom lived, from San Mateo after I lived there from 2010 to 2014. I started my YouTube channel, Elevated and Meaningful, around that time. In 2000, I think that was 2011. My channel existed, but I didn't really brand it or have a name for it. It was just SARB, I think, at the time. But in 2014 is when I made some intentional changes to it and started making Baha'i-inspired content. And then I started first in a small little closet where my mom lives. And then after that, I went to UC Davis and I decided, you know, I want to buy another camera. And so then I went around with a camera and my microphone. I interviewed students on campus in UC Davis, where I asked elevated questions about life and religion and friendship and all of these wonderful things, which also allowed me to interview some Baha'i well-known authors like Joy DeGruy and Steve Sorowitz, who directed the documentary about the Bab, the founder of the Baha'i Faith, the preparer of the Blessed Beauty, Baha'u'llah. And then I wanted to go to journalism because I wanted to do something with my educational degree, because I was gonna do computer science at the time when I was at UC Davis, but I couldn't figure out if that was really what I wanted to do, and eventually I came to the conclusion that it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I ended up doing philosophy, which I really loved, and then from there I did also minored in religious studies, but then I decided, you know, I really like making videos. I really like interviewing people. I really like going around and talking and having a conversation with people. It really, you know, YouTube in 2015 was exploding with likes of Casey Neistat and others. And so I was inspired to also make content, but not so much about meaningless things in my view, but more like about conversation and content that is special, that is powerful and transformative topics that I feel was inspired by the writings of Baha'u'llah, that I wanted to put into my content, into my conversation and questions when I ask people certain things. So then that's why I came to Minnesota in 2017 after I graduated from UC Davis to do my master's degree in strategic media communication. And from there, I got my degree. Then I went to Litchfield, Minnesota. I became a newspaper journalist for about a year. COVID happened, I came back to California, and then after several months in California just trying to assess the reality of COVID, I decided, okay, I would like to find a job, but I couldn't find any jobs in California. I interviewed for some newspapers, but it didn't really land anything. So then I contacted a connection who was working for a newspaper in Princeton, Minnesota, and he connected me with a Cambridge, Minnesota paper, County News Review. Then I came back to Minnesota around September of 2020. In a COVID era, was wild. Then I worked there for about a year, and then I decided, I'm tired of the newspaper. I've done enough reporting on government relations and all that. I enjoyed Litchfield more, I would say. If I was still in Litchfield, if it wasn't for COVID, I would have stayed there for a little bit longer. But the world had other plans, right? So then I was there for about a year in Cambridge. Then I got a job. I applied for community colleges. Decided I wanted to go into government. So I got a job in Austin, Minnesota at Riverland Community College. So I was there for about, again, 4.5 years. And now I'm with Olmsted County. So it's been a stretch of travels and times and experience in my life that I don't know how to encapsulate except through a video like this, even though it doesn't really do justice to what's the depth of my experience. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I will say a prayer that to let you guys go with this prayer, okay? I adjure thee by thy might, O my God. Let no harm beset me in times of tests, and in moments of heedlessness guide my steps aright through thine inspiration. Thou art God, potent art thou to do what thou desirest. No one can withstand thy will or thwart thy purpose. The Bob. See you all later.